Hey there, my name is Katie and I'm a certified health coach. A big focus of mine is on intuitive eating. So in addition to working with my clients on moving away from a diet and restrictive mentality with food, I'm also focused on moving myself towards intuitive eating. And intuitive eating is really about focusing on internal cues to decide what to eat rather than external cues. Today I'm going to share what a day of practicing intuitive eating looks like for me. This is not a typical what I eat in a day video of a fitness influencer. One, because I'm not a fitness influencer, but two, because this isn't some kind of meal plan that I created for myself or for anybody else to follow. This is based on what I feel like eating and what it seems like my body is asking for. Moving away from a restrictive mindset with food is really challenging. I won't pretend that it's not. It's really hard. But it's a journey well worth embarking on because the result of this food freedom, where you're not tied down by these external factors and arbitrary food rules that we've internalized. It allows you to eat in a way that feels best for your body and allow you to indulge in foods that you actually enjoy. I don't eat salads for lunch because it's what I'm supposed to eat or what I should eat to be healthy. I eat salad for lunch because it sounds really good. Maybe I had a bigger breakfast than normal, or it's just really hot out and I don't feel like cooking something hot. Salads can be really delicious. They don't have to be a diet food, and that's something intuitive eating has taught me. The difference between how I used to eat and how I eat now as someone who practices intuitive eating is shifting away from those external cues to make a decision to focus on internal cues. What is my body telling me that it needs? How hungry am I? What am I in the mood for? What am I craving? What sounds good? Those are the factors that we should be relying on when it's time to choose what to eat next, not an app that tells you how many more calories you're allowed to eat today. When I feel hungry, there's 3 factors that I really consider when I'm determining what to eat. So the first is, how hungry am I? The second is, what do I want? What am I craving? What sounds good? And third, how do I want to feel after I eat this? Alright, with all that said, let's jump into what a day of intuitive eating looks like for me. So now I have my coffee, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to have for breakfast. 2 nights ago, I was trying to make overnight oats, which I should be eating, but I dumped the oats all over the floor. All the oats. So I'm going to poke around and see what else I have for breakfast. As I'm thinking about what I want to eat, I'm thinking about how hungry I am. So the intuitive eating guide talks about a hunger scale. So as I think about what I'm going to eat next, I think about where am I on that hunger scale. And as I think about how much I want to eat, I don't have a big workout planned. I know I'm going to eat lunch in a couple hours. So my breakfast today will be some kind of satisfying snack because I don't need a ton of food, but I am hungry. So I'm going to poke around and see what I've got for breakfast. So I had this in the fridge. Normally I would eat this with some granola and fruit. I don't have any granola. I was going to make some, but again, I dumped all my oats on the floor, so I have no granola or oats. But I do have some fresh fruit to add to this, so some yogurt with some fruit seems like a good meal for breakfast today, given that I'm not super hungry and I'll have lunch in a bit. Okay, so it's lunchtime now. I'm honestly pretty hungry over the last hour, so I felt myself getting hungrier and hungrier. So I'm going to have some more water, probably some more cold brew coffee, and lunch. Usually when it's time to think about what I want for lunch, again, I'm kind of considering these 3 factors. How hungry am I? What am I in the mood for? And how do I want to feel after I eat? So I have a lot of meetings this afternoon and a lot more work to get done. I'm thinking about what's going to help me feel focused. I don't want to be sluggish. I want something with a lot of protein to help me feel full throughout my busy afternoon. Thinking of a sandwich. I've got a few options. Let's see what I've got in the fridge. Okay, I've got chickpea salad, which is really delicious. Very filling, really yummy. I made this yesterday and it's really good. I'm gonna add some greens to my sandwich. I'm gonna use some baconaise on the sandwich. I'm also gonna eat it with this really delicious bread that I love. Okay, so I've got my sandwich, the rest of the apple over here. As you can see, I already took a bite of it because it's really good. I feel like this lunch is coming out pretty well, but we'll see. I'm going to eat this, drink the rest of my water, have a good lunch, see how I feel after. Maybe we'll get a snack. I don't know. There'll be some snacks today, for sure. So I finished my lunch about 40 minutes ago, and I'm still pretty hungry, so I'm going to go in search of a snack. So I've decided to have hummus and crackers for my snack. And I mean, seriously, how good does this look? Balsamic caramelized onion hummus. Good snack. Alright, so I've been working pretty hard all afternoon, and now it's about 6:30. The last thing I ate was the smoothie I had around 3 o'clock, and I've been pretty full up until about half an hour ago. I started to feel pretty hungry, and it's definitely dinner time. I'm gonna heat up some leftovers from yesterday. I made pasta with Beyond sausage last night, and it was so good, so I'm gonna heat up some of that and have dinner. Okay, so I know I just heated that up and it doesn't look like a lot. One of the things I love about intuitive eating is knowing that I'm allowed to get more if I'm still hungry after I eat that. So I started with an amount that looked good. If I eat it, 10 or 15 minutes goes by and I'm still really hungry, I'll just get some more. Alright, it's about 7:45 and I just had a second bowl of pasta because I was pretty hungry even after I finished the first one. So now I'm kind of thinking about having a little dessert with some chocolate chip cookies, and I also have some ice cream in the freezer. So I'm thinking about what I want, maybe both. We'll see how the night plays out. Alright, it's about 11:15 at night. I'm actually feeling pretty hungry, and I think my boyfriend and I are going to watch a movie, so I think I'm going to make some popcorn. So I actually find popcorn to be a pretty filling snack, and I'm going to put nutritional yeast on it. It's going to be a really delicious way to wrap up my eating on Friday. Thanks so much for following along with me today on my day of intuitive eating. Every day I strive to eat intuitively and practice that, but I thought it would be good to show what it looks like to include foods that most people would think of as off limits or overindulgent in a day of balanced eating. And I mean balanced in that I ate foods that helped me feel good, but also satisfied what I wanted. I ate white bread with my sandwich for lunch, and I ate white pasta, 2 bowls of it, for dinner. My goal with sharing this was really to share the value in learning how to eat intuitively and showing that you can include foods that you may previously have thought were bad foods. There's no such thing as a bad food. You can overeat broccoli, or you can overeat ice cream. No food is inherently bad. This was my first YouTube video on this channel, if you couldn't tell. The camera, the audio, I know things were out of focus here and there, working with some old equipment, but I'm hoping that this is something I'll continue doing, and I'll make proper equipment investments at the right time. If you enjoyed, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to drop a comment below. I'm also going to put in the description some links to intuitive eating resources, as well as my website and my Instagram. I'm really active on Instagram, so if you want to connect with me there to learn more about intuitive eating or how you could work on that, I'm available. Awesome. Thank you again so much for joining me on my very first YouTube video as a health coach. Good night.